Welcome to NFL Imperialism in Madden 26, but with a twist. Today, we will be putting every player in the NFL back in their prime. Using these rosters, first we're going to spin a wheel to randomly determine a team. Then we'll spin an arrow to determine which way the team will attack. If the arrow is pointing to another team, the teams will face off in a winner-takes-all game where the winner gets the land of both teams.
Two pretty young teams here. They only really get a couple of additions based on this prime stipulation. The Bears off to a 10-0 lead here. Now 10-2, now 10-9, now 12-9. They go up by 10 going into the fourth quarter. Can the Packers surmount the comeback? They can. It is a tie game. We're going into overtime. The Bears score. They get 7. The Packers don't. And the Bears eliminate the Packers. The Packers are the first team eliminated in this Imperialism.
Unfortunate for the Green Bay Packers, but, someone's got to be the first team eliminated in our Imperialisms. Maybe Joe Tooney really is making that difference for them. Just saying. And we're back to the wheel. Let's see which team is going to be next. It'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Which way will the Bucs be attacking? Looks like they're going east. Looks like they're taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Got Levante David and even Mike Evans healthy now. Tyreek Hill and Minka for the Dolphins. Who will prevail in this Battle of Florida? The Bucs off to a 10-0 lead in the first half, and now the Dolphins respond, but the Bucs respond right back 17, now 20-7, now 20-14, and the Bucs are going to run that clock, and that's going to do it. The Dolphins have been eliminated.
It's rare that a Florida team's eliminated this early, so could be a sign of a new Imperialism champion here. And then there were 30. And we're spinning the wheel. Let's see which team is going to be next. It'll be the Buffalo Bills. Which way will the Bills be attacking? Looks like they're going southeast. Looks like they're taking on the Giants.
The Giants, led by Russell Wilson, taking on the Bills here. Bills off to a 6-0 lead. Now 13-0. Can they respond before half? No. After half? No. 16-0 in favor of the Bills. Looks like Russell Wilson is going to get shut out here. It is going to be 16-0. The Giants have been eliminated.
Kind of shocked the Giants are out this early. I thought Russ might have had a vintage moment in him, but it looks instead like he's taken out by Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And we're back to the wheel. Let's see which team will be attacking next. It'll be the Houston Texans. And which way will the Texans be attacking? Looks like they're going east. And they're taking on the New Orleans Saints.
The Texans, led by 99 overall Nick Chubb, taking on the Saints, led by Alvin Kamara. It is 7-7 here after the first, now 14-7, now 17-7 in favor of the Texans. Could the Texans go on a run here with Nick Chubb? It is 19-7 in their favor, 22-7. That's going to put the game away. The Texans eliminate the Saints, and they are moving on.
The backfield of CJ Stroud and Nick Chubb making light work of the Saints, and they're going to be eliminated, and the Texans are moving on. And we're spinning the wheel. Let's see which team will be attacking next. Almost the Texans again. We're getting the Steelers. And which way will the Steelers be attacking? They're going north. Looks like they're taking on the Buffalo Bills.
The Steelers, of course, led by Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Ramsey, and TJ Watt, taking on a team pretty much in their prime right now. Steelers, Bills, 3-0 at halftime. Can the Steelers get on the board with Aaron Rodgers leading the team? They have a chance to make the comeback 3-3 in overtime. What an exhilarating game. Who's going to score and put it away? The Steelers driving, and they kick the field goal. The Steelers win 6-3. Powered by that defense of Jalen Ramsey, TJ Watt. They have Darius Slay, too. They could be the favorites in this one.
That Steelers defense proven to be a problem. If Aaron Rodgers could figure it out, that team's going to be disgusting. Steelers eliminate the Bills, and they're moving on. And we're back to the wheel. Let's see which team will be attacking next. It's going to be the Ravens. Which way will the Ravens be attacking? Looks like they're going west, and they're taking on the Commanders.
Ravens, of course, led by 99 Lamar. Let's see if he can defeat the Commanders here at a 7-7. Commanders are going to score. Yes, they do. 10-7. Now looking to extend their lead 13-7 here. Can they put it out of reach for the Ravens? They do with a field goal. The Commanders are moving on. Jaden Daniels takes down the Ravens.
I'm just going to color in the ocean a little bit there. Commanders with a big upset, taking out the Ravens already. And we're spinning the wheel. Which team will attack next? It'll be the 49ers. Which way will the 49ers be attacking? They're going north, and they're taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Of course, 99 McCaffrey taking on 99 Cooper Kupp here. Niners off to a 10-7 lead. Seahawks respond 14-7, now 10-14, still 14-10 at half. Can the Seahawks extend their lead? No. The Niners get the ball with a chance to win 17-14. Seahawks go the other way. It's now in overtime, 17-17. Next score wins. And the Niners kick their field goal. And the Niners are moving on.
The Niners, of course, Bosa, Kittle, McCaffrey. That's a scary team. They could be the favorites coming out of the West here. And back to the wheel. Let's see which team will be attacking next. It's gonna be the Cardinals. And which way will the Cardinals be attacking? They're going east. Looks like they're taking on the Cowboys.
Cardinals get Calais Campbell back. Cowboys pretty much have all their players already in their prime with CD and Dak, but they're off to a 13-0 deficit here. Can they score before half? They do. 13-7. Now looking to take the lead. No, the Cardinals the other way. Now back to the Cowboys, back to the Cardinals, back to the Cowboys, and they turn it over, and the Cardinals come out victorious. 13-7, and the Cowboys are eliminated.
Early exit for the Cowboys, especially to a team that they probably should have beat. But just like that, the Cardinals eliminate the Cowboys. And of course, we're back to the wheel. And the next attacking team, it's gonna be the Titans. Which way will the Titans be attacking? They're going northeast. They're taking on the Bengals.
Titans pick up Tyler Lockett. Bengals is pretty much team they have right now. Let's see how this one unfolds. If Tyler Lockett could be the difference maker, it is 10-9 at halftime in favor of the Bengals. Titans take a lead with a field goal, 12-10. Driving, they are up 19-10. Bengals score, but is it too late? It is. The Titans upset the Bengals. There have been some really interesting upsets so far already.
Not that I would have ever doubted the Titans, but I'm a little shocked by that one. Thought Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, thought they would have pulled it off there, but Tyler Lockett, who else would carry such a franchise but him? And we're spinning the wheel. Let's see which team will attack next. It's gonna be the Rams. And which way will the Rams be attacking? They're going northwest. They're taking on the 49ers.
Devontae Adams back to a 99. Can he be the one to take down the 49ers? The Niners are off to a 7-0 lead. Big goal line stand there for the Rams, but too late. They're going down 10-0, not 10-7 though. Niners with a field goal. Rams could score a touchdown and win it here. They do. The Rams beat the Niners 14-13, and the Niners are eliminated.
Niners going out after a big win against the Seahawks. It's a tough team to lose over here already. But the Rams are moving on. Let's see which team will be attacking next. It'll be the Chicago Bears. And which way will the Bears be attacking? They're going south. Looks like they're taking on the Chiefs.
Chiefs, of course, a ridiculous team with Kelsey. Even Hollywood, Juju. They're up 7-0 here. Now extend their lead to 10-0. Bears score before half and get the ball. Looking to double dip. They don't. The Chiefs now up 17-7. Now 14-7. Bears with a chance to win it. 17-17. Are we going into overtime? We are not. The Chiefs kick a game-winning field goal, and the Chiefs eliminate the Bears, and they're moving on.
For a second, I thought the Bears were going to pull it off, but it would appear the Chiefs are a little too much, and I'm sure it helps to have the Madden simulation on your side. Back to the wheel. Let's see which team will be playing next. It's going to be the Cleveland Browns. And which way will the Browns be attacking? They're going west. Looks like they're taking on the Lions.
Lions, of course, most of the players already in their prime. Browns are a young team, so not a lot going for them. 14-0 here now, 17-0 in favor of the Lions at halftime. I'm expecting this one to be pretty much in favor of the Lions the whole time, and looks like it's gonna be that way. 17-3 is your final score. The Browns are eliminated, and the Lions are moving on.
The elite Joe Flacco just couldn't get it done there, and therefore the Browns are eliminated. And we're back to the wheel. Which team will be attacking next? It's going to be the Eagles. And which way will the Eagles be attacking? Looks like they're going south. Looks like they're taking on the Commanders.
Lane Johnson, Saquon Barkley, of course, here for the Eagles. But the Commanders already took out DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry. Can they continue the upset here? 10-10 at halftime. Eagles take a 17, now 24-10 lead, now 31-10. Looks like the Eagles are going to be too much for the Commanders, and the Eagles are moving on.
Commanders had a good run there, taking out probably the highest rated overall team already, but couldn't take out both of them. The Eagles eliminate the Raven Killers, and they are moving on. And we're back to the wheel. Which team will be attacking next? It's going to be the Lions. And which way will the Lions be attacking? Close. They can't go into Canada. Let's try that again. They're going east. Ooh, looks like they're taking on the Steelers.
The Lions offense taking on the Steelers defense. Who's going to come out on top in this one? The Lions off to a 10-0 lead. Steelers do respond 10-7. First touchdown of their Imperialism here. Lions up 17-7 at the end of the third. Can the Steelers respond? They get a field goal, but they're going to need a stop here. They get it. Can they score? They can't. The Lions eliminate the Steelers. Wow, the Steelers eliminated. That's kind of a shocker.
That was a big matchup to have already. Steelers eliminated before the top half here. The Lions offense was just too much for the Steelers defense. And let's see which team is next to attack. It'll be the Carolina Panthers. Which way will the Panthers be attacking? They're going south. Looks like they're taking on the Falcons.
Falcons get Jesse Bates, Big Kirko even. Panthers with a safety. That's weird. They get Adam Thielen. I'm not sure that these teams are picking up a lot of talent here. It is 2-0 still at the halftime. Are we going to get a final score of 2-0? No, 9-0. Now 9-7. Some quick scoring in the fourth quarter here, but that's going to do it. 9-7 final score. Panthers are moving on. Falcons eliminated.
I do also have to mention that the Panthers have Hunter Renfrow. That could have been the difference maker. I'm just saying. 17 remain. This is the final spin before our top half, and it's going to be the Cardinals. And they will be attacking north. And the Cardinals taking on the Broncos.
Broncos change a lot here. Feels like most of their teams are already in their prime. It is 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Can they score before half? They don't. Still 0-0. Who's going to put points on the board? Nobody through three. The Cardinals get a field goal. The Broncos get a field goal. We're in overtime with a 3-3 score. The Broncos kick a field goal. They win this one 6-3. Real riveting stuff.
And unfortunately, the Cardinals are eliminated after they eliminate the Cowboys. And just like that, we have our final 16 teams remaining. Down to the top half of the NFL, which team is going to be attacking next? It's going to be the Rams. Which way will the Rams be attacking? They're going east. I think that's the Raiders.
Raiders. The Raiders are picking up, I don't know, like Raheem Mostert probably. It is 3-3 here, 6-3. Oh, they have Jamal Adams too. 9-3 in favor of the Raiders. Geno Smith. Prime Geno Smith, so this is like 2 years ago. 17-3. The Raiders are going to pull it off after I was just clowning their team. The Raiders are moving on.
You know, that's why they play the games. Sometimes the Madden simulations just don't go the way you think they would. And just like that, the Raiders upset the Rams. And we're back to the wheel. Which team will be next? Going to be the Houston Texans. Which way will the Texans be attacking? They're going north. Looks like they're taking on the Broncos.
Low-key, I think the Texans are higher overall, so could they be the one to take down the Denver Broncos? 7-0, now 14-0 here, 14-7 at halftime in favor of the Texans. Texans up 10, now only up 3. Broncos have the ball. No, they turn it over. It is 20-14 chance to score and win it for the Broncos, and they don't get it. The Texans are moving on, and the Broncos are eliminated.
You know, it's always fun when teams get to pick up big land masses like this, but then that means that they are literally going to be playing every game. I mean, when you could be attacked from both sides here, what's a team to do? And we're back to the wheel. Which team's going to be attacking next? We're going to see the Tennessee Titans. Which way will the Titans be attacking? They're going west, and they're taking on the Chiefs.
The heavy favorites in this one, but the Titans do have an upset. Can they pull it off again? They got a long touchdown there. Tyler Lockett, can he carry the team? 10-10 here at halftime. 13-10 in favor of the Chiefs, looking to put it away. They don't. Titans take the lead 17-16, but they give them a field goal. Can they go on the other way? No, they can't. The Titans are eliminated. The Chiefs are moving on.
Unfortunate way for the Titans to go out. I kind of thought they were going to pull it off there. But unfortunately, the Madden simulation Chiefs win again. And we're spinning the wheel. Which team will be attacking next? Going to be the Jaguars for the first time. Which way will the Jaguars be going? They're going northwest. They will be taking on the Panthers.
I'm not sure a lot changes here for the Jaguars, but the Panthers, we know, have a great receiver core. And we see it right there, long touchdown, 10-7. They have the lead at half. Can they bring it to 2 possessions here, up by 6? No, the Jaguars have a chance. They turn it over, and the Panthers win it 13-7 and eliminate the Jaguars.
Not a lot of land, but you got to get it all if you want to win the Imperialism. And we're back to the wheel. Which team's going to be attacking next? It'll finally be the Chargers. Which way will the Chargers be attacking? They're going southeast. Looks like they're taking on the Texans.
Chargers finally here. They do get Khalil Mack, and they get Keenan Allen, of course. They are tied 7-7. 7 at the end of the first. Can someone score before half? They can't, but the Chargers score coming out of half, but the Texans responded. It's 10-10. Texans with a chance to take the lead. They do. Chargers get the touchdown, but the Texans get the touchdown the other way. And the Texans, 20-17. They steal one from the Chargers, who have been idle all game, but now they're eliminated.
And as I just said with the Panthers, not a ton of land, but you gotta get all of it if you're gonna win. And we're spinning the wheel. Which team is going to attack next? It'll be the Lions. Which way will the Lions be attacking? They're going northeast. Looks like they're taking on the Patriots.
Patriots get Stephon Diggs, and of course they have Drake May. So should be an easy one for them, but they're down 6-0 right now at halftime, 6-3 now. They do take the lead here, 10-6. They can put it away here with a touchdown. No, the Lions, though, don't have enough time to go the other way, and the Patriots are moving on.
Drake May, baby, taking down the Lions after they defeated the Steelers. It is a classic Patriot strategy in these Imperialisms to just hide back until the very end, and it seems to be working for them. We are down to the final 10 teams. And who will attack next? It's going to be the Texans. Which way will the Texans be attacking? They're going east. It looks like they're taking on the Buccaneers.
Can the Texans keep their giant landmass, or will the Bucs steal it from them at final 10 here? The Texans up 7-3, now down 10-3, now down 13-3 going into half. Can the Texans respond? They do with a field goal, still down by 3. They need to score. They do. They tie it up, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers score a touchdown at the very end, and they steal this game from the Texans, and they're going to steal the biggest landmass in America.
Just devastating for the Houston Texans. I thought they actually had a good chance to win this one, but they get their land stolen by the Buccaneers. And that's the way these Imperialisms go. Final 9, wheel spin. Which team will be attacking next? It's going to be the Chiefs. Which way will the Chiefs be attacking? They're going southeast. Looks like they're taking on the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers got to put their new land up on the line here against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are tied with them. Nope, 14-7 now. Into halftime, they do have a 21-7 lead now, 24-7. That is a 17-point deficit into the fourth quarter. That's going to do it for the Buccaneers. The Chiefs will be taking over a vast majority of the United States here.
The million-dollar question, will the Chiefs ever lose a Madden simulation? It could be a relevant question today as we enter the final 8 of our Imperialism. Final 8. Let's see who will be attacking next. Finally, we're getting the Colts or the Jets. It'll be the Colts. Which way will the Colts be attacking? They're going west. A chance to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Quentin Nelson and Jonathan Taylor have a chance to steal one from the Chiefs here. Can they do it? They are off to a 7-0 lead. Defense holds. Halftime 7-0. Nope, now 7-7. Chiefs score coming out of half. Can the Colts respond? They do with a field goal, 10-7, and that's going to milk the clock. The Colts take down the Chiefs. Wow, the Colts have been sitting here waiting for their chance to strike, and they do, and the Chiefs are out.
Honestly, didn't expect the Chiefs to lose there. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. The Colts, though, look at this. From playing nobody to having the most land? How you like them apples, Kansas City? We are down to the last 7 teams. The Vikings! Hello, Vikings! Which way will the Vikings be attacking? They're going. I don't think they could play anyone except for the Colts. So they're playing the Colts.
The Vikings now with a chance to do exactly what the Colts just did. They're off to a 7-0 lead here. Now 7-7. They extend their lead 10-7 and 13-7 before halftime. Now 13-10. Now 16-10. Colts looking for a touchdown to win it here. They get it. Can the Vikings respond? They do. The Vikings kick a field goal and they steal one from the Colts. Wow, 19-17. The Colts are eliminated. The Vikings moving on.
I mean, what is happening in this Imperialism? This is so bizarre. I feel like this has been such a random Imperialism, but we're down to 6. Final 6 teams here. Interesting group of folks, the Vikings. Which way will the Vikings be attacking? They're going west. We're finally going to see the Raiders back in action.
Vikings taking on the Raiders here, who we've dissed before and they showed us up, so don't want to doubt anything here. They are tied at halftime, 3-3. Now 10-3 in favor of the Vikings. Vikings extend their lead to 10. The Raiders respond, but it is too late. The Vikings win 13-6, and they're taking over the Western United States.
Raiders got a good run down to the final 6 here, but you're not coming to 5. The Vikings of all teams, they now have the West and the South and the North. And we're down to 5. Which team will be attacking next? Gonna be the Vikings again. Which way will the Vikings be attacking? They're going south. Well, the southmost team is the Panthers, so count it.
The noteworthy Final 5 matchup we all saw coming, Vikings versus Panthers. Vikings off to a 3-0 lead at the end of the first quarter, looking to extend at halftime 6-0. This is a great field goal kicking team right here, the Minnesota Vikings. Defense looks on fire, 8-0, that's safety, and they're going to shut out the Carolina Panthers. 8-0 win for the Vikings. They're getting hot at the right time.
Panthers, you guys also had a good run, but not coming to the Final Four, sorry to say. Such an interesting landmass here from the Vikings, I'm going to be honest. We are down to the Final Four. Which team's going to be attacking? It'll be the Patriots. And which way will the Patriots be attacking? I'm just going to count that as the Jets, because it's time they have to play.
These New England teams always just get to hide, but no longer will I allow that to happen. The Patriots drive in here. They get 7 early. Can the Jets respond? They can. Now 7-7 here. Now 14-7 in favor of the Patriots. Jets another chance to respond. They kick a field goal. 14-10. Patriots with a long one. 21-10 here at halftime. Can the Jets respond? We're going to go down to the field if it's close, but doesn't look like it's going to be. Jets driving here. They get a field goal. Can they get a stop? No, they can't. And that's going to do it. And the New York Jets are eliminated, finally.
And Jets, it was nice having you. Not really. Goodbye. And 3 teams remain. Who will be attacking? It's going to be the Patriots. Okay, anything on this side is the Eagles. Anything on this side is the Vikings. They're taking on the Vikings.
Can the Patriots steal another Imperialism, or will the Vikings stop them? Patriots off to a 7-0 lead here. Vikings get a field goal, and they can't score again. The Patriots get a field goal of their own. Vikings looking to score before half. They don't. Looking to score coming out of half. They do. 10-10 here. Tie game. Going into the fourth quarter. 13-10. Now Vikings are down 3. They are in field goal range. It is 3rd and 5. McCarthy look into the end zone. It's caught. Jalen Naylor. And that's going to give the Vikings a lead with 1:18 to go. The Patriots with 11 seconds now. They have 62 yards to go. It is not looking good for Drake May right now. He's going to let one go downfield. It's picked off. Harrison Smith. Prime Harrison Smith. I would love to see that guy back. And the Vikings are moving on.
Good to see the Vikings come out on top there. I'm sure this is the championship you all predicted from the start. Just gonna, yeah, count it. Now let's at least spin to see who is going to be the road team. It'll be the Eagles.
And our championship, here we go. Vikings turn it over. The Eagles punt. The Vikings get their field goal. Can they respond here? No. Looking to go into halftime, it is tied 3-3. Philly scores on the long one now, 10-3. Vikings going the other way, and they get into the end zone, 10-10. Philly scores 17-10. Vikings punt it away. The Eagles get a long touchdown, and that's gonna do it. Philadelphia Eagles are our Imperialism champions. Every player in their prime apparently means the Eagles are the best team.
The Eagles end the Imperialism run of the Vikings. Unfortunate, but that makes the Eagles your Imperialism champions. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Madden content.